How's it going, everyone? It's your boy Rod from DBZSHFIGS.com, and today I'm bringing to you episode number 47 of the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts update series. So, as always, gonna start here at my website, DBZSHFIGS.com. It's a complete archive of every single release in the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line. So if you're brand new to the series or you're a long-time collector, you could always come here, look at pictures, look at videos, look at information, look at what's coming up next. And just want to let you know that I'm on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be giving away one of these Tamashii Nations store-exclusive Son Goku Innocent Challengers. So if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe because you might even be the one that takes this one home. And while you're at it, I've added a new quick link to the Discord for the channel where a bunch of people come together to talk about Dragon Ball SH Figuarts all day long. We share our figure photography and stuff like that. So if that sounds like something you'd like to join, make sure you click that link and join the Discord server. While you're here, make sure to check out the Amazon deals tab where you'll find all the best deals currently on Amazon for Dragon Ball SH Figuarts. There's a lot of cool deals right now, especially if you're into Daima, I would say. For example, we have the adult Goku and Vegeta both at a slight discount. So they are going to be a little bit cheaper than if you find them at your local Target, Walmart, Best Buy, stores like that. So Goku is at $34.99, which used to be the standard retail price. Now it's $37.99. So you could get them for that price there. And Vegeta is $35.99. So you're really only saving like $2. Of course, this only works if you already have Amazon Prime, which most people do. That way you get free shipping. And then the trio of the mini Daima, we have Vegeta back at its lowest price with 48% off, only $19.79 for this one. And when I say only, I really mean that's how much he should cost. Because if you know me, you know I got beef with that figure. But then Piccolo, 16% off, only $50 for that one. It's a really nice Piccolo figure with a soft goods cape that has the bendy wire for infinite amount of articulation. And then the main man, or boy in this case, himself, we have Goku, $24.99. That's a pretty good price for that one, especially if you are collecting all the Daima figures, because you're going to want to have that one since all the other figures have like DLC for this one. And then joining the roster here, at a slight discount, I will say, we have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I know his retail price is supposed to be like $62. It's $60 now, so you will save a few bucks, especially if you have Amazon Prime and you save on shipping there. And then lastly, Goku GT has been on here for a while now, 13% off, $47. Not bad. It's a pretty good figure of a small Goku that comes with a Kamehameha effect piece. So if any of those figures gathered your interest, make sure you check them out before they sell out or before these sale prices are back to normal. Anyways, now we're going to move over to the Tamashii Nations calendar, which is an internal calendar that Tamashii Nations has, where they track all the upcoming re-releases, pre-order windows, pre-order window closings, stuff like that. So November 2nd is when the pre-orders for the Son Goku and Son Gohan with Nimbus Cloud, which was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive for 2024, it's closing. Now, there were not a lot of retailers that were actually offering this one up for pre-orders in this re-release. Like, you really had to look for it. Big Bad Toy Store is probably the most prominent one. However, their pricing is just scary. They're doing like $170 for this one. I don't know who that's for. But we did get a pretty nice announcement that we are getting a re-release of 3 of these figures. We have Piccolo, the Proud Namekian, Krillin, Earth's Strongest Man, and Super Saiyan Trunks, the Boy from the Future, which, if you happen to catch my video for my favorite 10 figures in my collection, all 3 of these were in that video. So you know I'm giving my stamp of approval for these figures. I know a lot of people were asking about the Future Trunks, because, you know, he's been in prototype pictures and photos with the new Vegeta and Goku that are coming out next year. So I was like 99% sure they were going to re-release them. And now I'm validated here. So if you don't have that Trunks, it's a really nice Trunks. So I suggest you pick it up. And then these other 2 are great. They're excellent. They will do the job. If you're missing a Krillin or a Piccolo, they're the best that they have right now. And then we do have the official release date of the new Tamashii Nations store exclusive, Ultra Instinct Breaking Through Limits Goku. So that one's officially going to be in stores starting November 14th. So if you happen to live in Japan or in New York, make sure you head over to the Tamashii Nations store to pick yours up. And then I have covered this event before. It's just basically a Tamashii Nations showcase event going on November 14th through the 16th. There is honestly not a lot going on with Dragon Ball. I know they'll have like a little exhibition in Japan, and of course the release of that new store exclusive, but that's pretty much it for that. And if you happen to pre-order the Bulma and Bulma's motorcycle, they are going to be available November 22nd, so look out for those. You can still pick them up today if you want them. And then as far as the release schedule for November, we are getting Broly, the 40th anniversary reissue edition, which is going to be that first wave. So they actually had two waves for this one. The first wave being released basically this week, and then the second wave will be released in January. But along with Broly, we are getting Nail, which is also being released on the same day, which I've gotten the email and it looks like they will be shipping out on November 7th. Next up is Premium Bandai, and there's just not a whole lot going on here. So we have the usual figures that are basically on sale at every other website. But if any of them catch your eyes, I mean, you probably could get them cheaper elsewhere because, of course, Premium Bandai does have that $10 shipping. But there are two pre-orders currently open. We do have the Super Saiyan Gogeta, which is the New York Comic Con 2025 exclusive. Now, this figure has been selling out like every other day in theory, or as far as Tamashii Nations is telling us. In reality, I just don't feel this one is actually selling that well. That way, you know, it just seems like they're trying to implant an artificial, you know, design for you to want to get this by saying that it's only available for, you know, one day. Make sure you pre-order before the pre-order closing. And then they just keep redoing that over and over and over again. You know, it's like artificial scarcity, basically, is the word that I was looking for. And then the other pre-order is the Super Saiyan Goku Fighter of Rage. Now, this one, I feel it's very worth it, in my opinion. It is $65, which is quite expensive. However, the figure does look amazing. I think it's going to be like one of the best Super Saiyan Gokus we've ever had. And it's going to pair well along with the legendary Super Saiyan Goku that we've had for a while now. They both just look amazing. Of course, this new one is like when he first turns Super Saiyan. And then the legendary Super Saiyan Goku is like, you know, towards the latter end of the battle with Frieza when he's all powered up. You know, his clothes is all ripped up and it's gearing towards his final phase. But that's basically it for Premium Bandai. Next up, we're going to jump over to Big Bad Toy Store. Just want to highlight some figures that they do have on sale here. We have Majin Buu Good Buu, $85.99, pretty good. If you don't have Majin Buu, this one's a really, really nice one to add to your collection, especially to fluff up your bad guy collection. This one was a surprise re-release that we got this year, so don't hesitate to pick this one up if you ever want it. And we do have Krillin's Strongest Man. So it's funny because they actually have him in stock and he's going to be re-released again. So you could actually pick him up right now and it'll come to your doorstep pretty soon. Again, it's a really, really nice Krillin. I like all the heads that he comes with. I like all the accessories. Pretty cool. And then the pre-order for Supreme Kai Mini from Daima, $75 is quite expensive. So, you know, you might want to skip this one if you don't really care about the Daima aesthetic. Now, he is Supreme Kai, so he might, you know, go into your Majin Buu saga, you know, display or diorama, but he is going to be tiny, so just take that in mind. And then Pansy as well, $75. Again, only if you really care about Daima should I ever suggest you pick these up, because looking at this figure here, I don't think it's anywhere near close to being worth $75. And then Super Saiyan Vegeta Dangerous Pride. Now that one is one that's really worth it. It's going to be at a retail $37.99. It's going to be one of those figures that you could find at your local Walmart or Target. It's a really nice one. Has that brand new articulation technology. And I mean, just look at that. Looks great. Same thing with Kind-Hearted Saiyan Son Goku. To me, this is going to be the brand new go-to Goku in my opinion. You know, we only had that Lowest Born Saiyan for a little while until they announced a brand new base form Goku with the better articulation. So make sure you pre-order. And then First Form Frieza, one of my favorite figures. I think it's really underrated. $78 is steep, but he does come with his little pod, which is pretty cool. And the figure itself, I mean, just look at that. Looks amazing. And then the Games Begin Goku. So they still have theirs up for pre-order. Technically, this figure is already been released, so they can't really be taking much longer to be able to ship these out. So if you don't have this one, make sure you pre-order. Or if you're a hunter, this one will be hitting stores pretty soon. So, you know, it'd be worth it to check out your local Target or Walmart. And then Piccolo, like an Amazon, this one is on sale, 10% off. So it seems like everyone's just trying to get rid of their stock at this point. And then they do have the pre-orders for Super Saiyan Broly Full Power. Another re-release that was just randomly announced by Tamashii, which I really love and I really appreciate. This figure is amazing. It looks incredible. It has a lot of shelf presence in my opinion. And it's up for pre-order, scheduled to release in March of 2026. It is $100, which is very steep. However, it's an amazing figure, so you got to decide if you're going to be in it for the long haul collecting these figures. This one's a really nice one to add to your collection. Then we do have Shenron, the second reissue, $120. You know, I mean, what can I say? It's Shenron. You know, it's a very, very cool diorama piece that you could just have there on your shelf. But honestly, you're not missing out on much if you don't pick it up. And then Glorio, again with the Daima. And this one's even more outrageous at $95. It's just Glorio. I don't know where they get off charging this kind of money for a figure like this. But again, if you really love Daima, now's the time to pick them up. And then Bulma, Adventure Begins, is getting a reissue. Now, this price here seems very expensive. I remember this figure being like $50. I don't know where they're getting 70 from, but if you want it, it's getting a reissue. Next up, we're going to move over to Toys in the Box, which is my preferred place to get my figures because I tend to buy in bulk. And if you buy in bulk from this website, you get additional discounts on top of their already lower prices. So for example, we have the Kind-Hearted Saiyan Goku for $34.99, which compares to $37.99 at Big Bad Toy Store. They have same thing with the Dangerous Pride Vegeta, $34.99. Then they have Supreme Kai for $69.99, which is $5 less than Big Bad Toy Store. Same thing with Pansy. And then they do have the first form of Cell, which at Big Bad Toy Store, he is selling for $74.99, so another $5 savings there. Then I did want to let you know that they do have in stock the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini, which, I mean, it's a pretty nice figure. I'm not going to lie. Would I pay $85 for it? Not sure. I don't think so. But if you did miss out on the pre-order on Premium Bandai for this one, and you really want them, maybe you really like Diamond, like I keep saying. I mean, this is one of the best prices out there. Then Glorio, $84.99, so that's $10 less than Big Bad Toy Store. Then Broly Full Power, $94.99, you save $5 there. Shenron, $110, you save $10 there. Games Begin Goku, that one you don't really save any money. I think you save like $1 if anything, but they do have theirs available now. They are in stock, so if you buy them today, it'll get shipped off right away. And then Piccolo, $70, you save $5. Majin Buu, the good Buu, the fat Buu, $74.99, you save $10 compared to Big Bad Toy Store. So, you know, just like what I keep saying is that, I mean, just whatever you're gonna buy, add it to your cart, go to the final step before purchasing, and then check the price on both websites, and then you could decide which one's cheaper or which one you prefer. But for me, I've always been a Toys in the Box kind of person, just because I do tend to buy mine in bulk to get that additional discount. And that discount only happens if you get 3 or more figures at once. And then the best discount is when you get like 6 figures at once. But again, I do have a code, a link in the description for Toys in the Box. You get 5% off. However, I do not think it stacks, so it's only worth it if you're only getting like 1 or 2 figures before the bulk coupon applies itself. So yeah, check that out if you want. Next up is 5K Toys for some third-party figures. So Demonaco Fitz Legendary Berserker Shattered the Universe is still in stock. It's crazy to me every week. I swear it's been like 8 weeks or so that this figure has been in stock still. But yeah, it's that, you know, maroon skirt, green hair Broly. It's really nice. It's Demonaco Fit, so it's gonna have good QC. And then we do have a brand new pre-order for ZT Studio Ancient Warrior figure. So if you haven't guessed it by now, this is another Broly. Why do third-party studios just love Broly? I don't get it. But yeah, they have 3 options available. There's this one, which is like your normal full power Broly, comes with an effect piece, pretty nice. Then there's of course the maroon skirt one with the green hair, pretty cool. And then lastly, it's like, if you want it, I don't really like figures that are, that I haven't seen like in the anime and stuff, but there is a Super Saiyan 3 green hair maroon skirt Broly if you want that one. And as far as prices for those, they each require like a $20 deposit. I guess Super Saiyan 3 requires a $22 deposit, and then they give you the rest of the payment later. So the first 2 go for $102 plus shipping, and then the Super Saiyan 3 Broly goes for $108 plus shipping. And they do say that it will most likely be about $15 to $20 for the shipping for each figure. So you're looking at about $120, let's say, before taxes. So yeah, they are quite expensive in my opinion. I'm not too familiar with ZT Studios, but I would hope that at those prices, the quality is really good. If you've bought from ZT Studios before, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section below. That way we all know if they're good or bad. And then the Demonaco Fit, the trump card power that even gods fear, is now available, no longer for pre-order. Now you could just go in there and buy it outright at only $50. You get a really nice Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito with different faces, different hands, 2 effect pieces, crossed arm piece, and the aura effect piece. I mean, $50, you can't beat that, in my opinion. The official one, the one that was the New York Comic Con exclusive for 2024, was $90. And then that one didn't come with any effect pieces or the crossed arms. It was basically just the faces, the hands, and the aura effect piece. So this is a really, really good deal. And then this one is a Vegito, I believe, from YGMW Studio. Never heard of this one, but I saw it on here and just thought I would bring it up. So this is going to be a Vegito. This is like a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. And then this one is like one of the glossier ones, kind of like the New York Comic Con exclusives. So I mean, if you want that, make sure you check them out. However, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm getting tired of like the Brolys and the fusions. Like, we've gotten so many Gogetas, so many Vegetos, so many Brolys. I want to see something unique, So this one is going to be about $74 for the regular version and $78 for the glossy one, I guess you would call it. And then lastly, they do have in stock the Demonaco Fit Fury Awakening for $46. And this is basically Demonaco Fit's version of the one that's currently being pre-ordered right now. This one where Goku turns Super Saiyan for the first time. So for $46, it's not a bad deal in my opinion, so make sure you check that out. And then lastly, for some other miscellaneous third-party news, we did get this photo from Hobby Model Store about another Vegito. So like I was saying, I'm getting tired of these fusions. However, this one, it looks like it's going to be a Super Saiyan Vegito, just based on the fact that he's holding what appears to be like a part of Vu. So, I mean, this one's pretty cool. I like what they're going for here. Might check it out, but the weird thing is that I'm not really sure what studio's coming out with this one. There isn't really much information, so I don't know if it's even ever gonna see the light of day, but I'll make sure to keep you updated. And then this Beast Gohan by LS Studios is coming along nicely. So as you can see, it's gonna have, the Beast Gohan hair. It maybe appears that it's also gonna have like a regular Gohan head. And then, of course, he comes with a crossed arm and the cape, which looks pretty nice. So let's hope to see more updates on that one soon. And then this one is coming along really, really nice, is the Raccoon by WP. So if you don't know, WP is basically trying to release the entire Ginyu Force at a more affordable price because, the resale price on the official ones are kind of crazy. So from the looks of it, you come with the body, 2 Dragon Balls, different heads for Raccoon, different hands, and 2 frogs maybe. So yeah, keep an eye out on that one if you want to collect the Ginyu Force. And then the Demonaco Fit, the Hero Waltz, the one that is the Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta by Demonaco Fit. it basically seems like it's ready to go. It's probably going to start shipping pretty soon here, as you can see all these different figures. So that's pretty exciting. And then lastly, if you did happen to pre-order a future Gohan from Black Hole Toys, they did unfortunately announce that they will not be moving forward with making this figure. I don't know exactly what happened, but I'm guessing they just, crossed the path that they couldn't, get past. There's an obstacle there. It just seems like every studio that announces a future Gohan just can't go through with it for whatever reason. So yeah, I mean, some sad notes there. But anyways, that's going to be it for me for this episode of the news and updates in the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line. If you're a brand new watcher, viewer, listener, and you like these news and updates, I do it on a weekly basis. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you turn on notifications so that you always see, the latest video. And if you're a long-time watcher, as always, I do really appreciate you, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.